Hello, Metabolic Living. It's Laura.
Hello, it's Bella. Sorry, I had something pop up on my screen. I hope everyone is doing fabulously well. We are coming to you today with a brand new topic we're talking all about.
I don't know about you guys, but my son is going back to school and it's fall coming. And I just want to know, Bella, lead nutritionist, what can I do to boost my immune system naturally to help us stay healthier and happier during this time of year?
And this is something I think everyone is interested in, everyone needs to know about. And I do want to just preface that this is not necessarily going to happen overnight, but my approach to, boosting immunity in general is really just lifestyle changes that you can make and adopt. Of course, there are some supplements and things you can incorporate, which I'll just kind of touch on. But really, this is about lifestyle change and just kind of living the healthiest life that you can. And I know, Laura, you do a wonderful job, you and your son, doing that anyway. And if you guys are watching and following our programs, you are already on the right track. But there are some tips that I just wanted to share. And Laura, I'm sure you can chime in too, just things that are going to give you a little extra boost at this time of year. So the first thing I wanted to discuss was all things food. Obviously, that's where my expertise lie. But I think firstly, when I think about food and the immune system, I think about removing things that suppress the immune system or just eating them less regularly. So these are going to be things, as you can probably guess, is probably old news to you, but things like added sugar, processed and fried foods, hydrogenated oils, things like that are going to contribute to inflammation and cell damage, and just kind of suppress your immune system, making you more susceptible to the nasties going around at this time of year. On the other hand, you could increase certain foods into your diet, which have wonderful healing properties, things like bone broth. I'm a big proponent for bone broth, especially if you can make your own, but I also know that that can be tricky. So nowadays, as it is becoming more popular, you absolutely can find some brilliant brands at the store in the frozen section or the aisles. And that's one reason why bone broth is so great for immunity, is because it really promotes the health of your gut. And if you know this, you may know this already, but a great proportion of your immune system actually lies and lives in your gut. So if you have a healthy gut, you are more likely to have a healthy immune system. So bone broth is a brilliant thing. And it's also a great way, a little bit off topic, just to help with things like cravings. If you just sip bone broth throughout the day, it's that really kind of warming, especially in the colder months, warming, nourishing feel without, reaching for a hot chocolate or an additional coffee or something like that that might be full of sugar. Other than that, just really eating nutrient-dense foods rich in vitamin C, like bell peppers, kiwis are wonderful. Really, any kind of citrus fruits are really great, obviously packed with anti-inflammatory and also antioxidants, as you probably know. And then also just colorful foods, so foods that are rich in beta carotene. So, yellow foods, red foods, orange foods, really just, it's a simple cliche, but eat the rainbow. And that's a really fun one, Laura, for your son. You can
do that.
Eat the
we
rainbow.
Try to always have as many colors as we can.
I love it.
And there's a lot of ways you can get creative. And nowadays, if you are trying to figure out foods to introduce your children to, you can always just we'll always start with something small. So it might just be a little piece of tomato or whatever. And then eventually they'll eat other things,
Totally. Don't give up. If you have a picky eater, just keep trying. And again, as Laura said, creating fun ways to introduce, new foods and colorful foods and fresh foods. And, likewise, if maybe you are watching this like Laura and you have a child going to school, lunch boxes can be really fun too. You could do some, cut up different bell peppers with a really delicious dip, and it's nice and fresh and it's easy to transport, things like that. But yeah, essentially just eating real whole foods, as many of them as you can get, and just kind of eliminating the processed junk. And I know that's boring, unsexy advice, but truly it does help. Of course, there are supplements that you can go with, and a lot of people, I do recommend, if you're on any sort of medication, just always, checking with your PCP before introducing anything new. But personally, you know, vitamin D is wonderful, especially as the sun goes away, depending on where you live. Vitamin D is really great, can modulate those immune responses. Probiotics, similarly to bone broth, as I suggested earlier, just really helps with the gut lining, and healthy gut equals healthy immune system. So probiotics are great. And you could even do probiotic rich foods. You know, I know probiotics are expensive, and for many people, it's not an option, but things like sauerkraut, I know it's a bit of a pungent taste, but sauerkraut is wonderful. And you can even make, I think we have it on YouTube, a coconut milk yogurt that's rich in probiotics. There are lots of different ways that you can get probiotics into your diet as well. And then, you know, there are some herbal supplements as well. Elderberry syrup is really wonderful. Elderberries are great. Echinacea is another really good one. Lots of studies on those as well. But again, before trying anything, please do, you know, work with your PCP to incorporate any new supplements or things like that.
What about things like sleep or exercise? How do those help our immune systems, and which ones should we focus on, Bella?
Yeah. I am so glad that you brought up all of these, because these are, you know, crucial lifestyle factors that are so important just for preventing illness and just keeping your immune system really strong. So exercise is wonderful, incorporating physical activity. And again, if you have kids, getting them outside, getting them running around, not just stuck in front of the TV, you know, it's a really important way to strengthen and boost your immune system. And Dr. Jade actually just spoke to our company about walking and the benefits of walking. And they really are tremendous. So just moving your body every day if you can, even if it's, you know, if you're starting from scratch, even if it's just 5-10 minutes a day, and building up slowly. Don't underestimate the importance of exercise. And I think with exercise, another really big one, lifestyle factor, is stress. And we talk about stress a lot. And I know at this time of the year, you know, especially if you're trying to focus on immunity and your kids are going back to school, stress is inevitable in many of our lives. But there are so many studies, you know, talking about chronic stress and how it can, you know, suppress these protective immune responses in the body. So it is really important we try and nail that down. Anything from, you know, Epsom salt baths, slow walks, reading, meditation, prayer. I don't know if you can think of any more, Laura. There are so many ways to just focus on reducing stress in your life. And it's not going to make you feel better emotionally, but also it's going to really help protect your immune system at this time of year.
And we have a lot of great blog posts on this, on the Metabolic Living blog. So you can go through and look through some of those. We did a lot with the immunity challenge that we did in April of 2020. So you can click on that. It seems so like yesterday, but it wasn't. And you can look at a whole bunch of those. And there's some blog posts from Dr. Jade on some of these topics, and Dr. Johnny as well. And of course, we also have more workouts on our Instagram and there that you can access as well.
Love it.
Am I missing anything?
I think one thing that I forgot that you mentioned is sleep.
Oh yes, sleep.
And sleep is so important. When you're not getting enough sleep, bottom line, your immune system is not going to be able to function properly. Your body is going to be exhausted, fatigued. You're going to run into all sorts of issues. So please try and prioritize sleep. Laura and I have chatted about sleep many times here, so I'm sure you can, you know, go through and have a hunt. But sleep tips, you know, there are loads that we've discussed.
Sure. No, and actually Jade, in our recent presentation he did on walking, he actually gave like a little pyramid. And one of the things that was so important besides walking was like, first, wasn't it sleep? And then it was walking?
Yes, sleep
so
right up there at the top.
Right up there at the top. And I know I, especially going back to school, am guilty of not, I don't know if other parents are like this, not getting enough sleep. I worry about things. I feel like I need to stay up later to get stuff done. And it's part of it is just me replanning my schedule and needing to look at things differently. So I carve out that time to unwind and go to bed early.
Totally. I love it. And I think other than that, I think that's a really great foundation. And I think, of course, other than the obvious, you know, washing our hands frequently, staying nice and hygienic, all of those things are just smart to do anyway, especially at this time of year. But really just bottom line is just doing your best, just to take care of yourself and really just honor your body and your family. You know, just fueling yourselves with the best foods that you can. And also we know that we're all human. So if you slip up, please do not panic. Take a deep breath. Don't let the stress get in the way.
Yes.
And just keep on chugging along. But you are doing a wonderful job.
And we are all here for you. If you have questions, you can respond to this video. You can send a message. You can comment a post in one of our groups, and we are here to help. So thank you guys, and just drink some water, stay healthy, and stay safe.
Yes. Bye, guys.